there.
Good morning. Thank you so much for staying tuned to Smart 24 Television, where we believe that you must drive business. This is the Smart Breakfast Show this morning, and we're joining you all the way from Kampala in our studios here on Yusuf with Uganda. But let me take this opportunity, of course, to welcome many of you who are joining us from all over Africa, from Cairo to Lagos, from Lagos to Bujumbura, from Bujumbura to Yaoundé in Cameroon, because we've heard that we can also be seen in Cameroon, to Windhoek, people in Namibia, to Sandton in South Africa, a business capital of Africa, to people in Maputo, to people in Gaborone, to people in Dar es Salaam, to people in Nairobi, of course, to people in Juba and so many others, to people in Kigali, because I know we can be seen live and clear in Kigali as well. We have many friends there. So you're most welcome. This segment is Business Insight. We're going to delve into business issues, make sure that you find solutions as we tap into the genius of people who are experts in those specific fields. My name is Jane Kasumba. I'm a commercial lawyer, and I'm also a TV broadcast associated with Smart 24 Television this morning. So without further ado, our topic today is supply chain management. I think the team since 7 a.m. in the morning have been breaking this down for you. But most importantly, we're also going to discuss about the disruptions of supply chain management. If perhaps you're a supply chain manager this morning, you're watching this program, or you're a trader, a business person, or your company deals in moving goods from point A to point B, this is the kind of talk show for you. We shall make sure that you'll be able to hear all the necessary nitty-gritty. Just like I said, just to say a little about me, I'm also a regional partner for Wade Partners, which happens to be amongst the leading global business consultancy firms headquartered in Dubai, having a multinational presence through its equities it holds in diverse high-value industries that is worldwide. After Middle East, Asia, and Europe, Wade Partners have recently initiated business plans to expand its footprint in Africa, and I am absolutely glad to represent them as their regional partner for Africa. Remember, you can follow me on my Twitter handle at Jane Kasumba. So without further ado, let me introduce my guests. My guests happen to be in Dubai this morning. It's around 10:20 in Dubai, and as you know, Smart is a global channel. We have partners all across the globe, and today we're joining our partners in Dubai. My first guest is Mr. Singh. He's a managing partner of Wade Wright LLP LLC. Good morning, Mr. Ajay.
Good morning, Jane. Good morning from Abu Dhabi, and it's so good to hear from you early in the morning, and what a fantastic introduction given to us.
Yes, and I just wanted to know from you, Mr. Ajay, what does your morning look like? A businessman of your reputation in Dubai, what is your morning like?
Well, we try to declutter from the chaos that is present in the rest of the day. So my mornings are usually quite peaceful.
Yes.
I spend some time with my daughter.
Oh, nice.
Some time trying to get the blood flowing, some exercise, have a good breakfast, catch up on the events of the day before, and the schedule that has to be made a few days before. So in the morning I usually know what I have to do, and first things first, most important things first. We try to wrap that up by the afternoon and then deal with the issues of the day.
Mr. Ajay, what is it that you do for a person who's watching you in East Africa this morning? What do you do, Mr. Ajay? What is your experience and your expertise?
Well, I have multiple businesses and experience from them. As the managing partner of Wade Wright Partners, of course, our main goal, my main job is problem solving, to identify root causes and to make sure businesses are keeping in line with the latest thoughts, with the thought leadership that is presented to us by different emergencies and circumstances and their solutions as well. Apart from that, we do development. I'm involved in real estate here in Abu Dhabi and Dubai. I also do construction work, and other places in the world have trading, etc., etc. But my skills and my expertise would also come from my education. So I am a lean manufacturing specialist. I'm a Six Sigma specialist. And this gives me a lot of insight into supply chain management and supply chain issues from a very unique perspective, which is now growing in the world. It is becoming the leading thought process on how to manage supply chain issues, macro and micro. We can get into that as the hour goes on, of course.
Yeah.
So
okay.
That's where I would come from, yes.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Ajay. Let me take this opportunity to also introduce Mr. Sumit Pathak. He's managing partner of Wade Partners, LLP, LLC. Good morning, Mr. Sumit.
Good morning, Jane, and thank you again for a wonderful introduction earlier and bringing on Ajay to basically give you better insight on who we are, and he'll speak a lot better about it than I.
So, Mr. Sumit, what is it that you do for someone who's watching in the East African region or across Africa and wants to get to know more about Mr. Sumit Pathak? What is your expertise?
So my expertise would be, I would say I have multidisciplinary backgrounds, specifically focused around construction, real estate, even things like joinery and woodworking manufacturing. In fact, I have utilized Ajay's esteemed expertise on our manufacturing processes also across a variety of manufacturing units that we have set up here in the UAE, in India, and in the United States. So beyond manufacturing, we also my expertise also lies in contracts management. I understand supply chain from a perspective of industry. When we're running any kind of a manufacturing unit or some specialized production house, you are most exposed to supply chain, and therein lies my experiential training, and that I would say rather than formal training. By education, I'm an engineer. I'm a biomedical engineer actually, and I'm an MBA and a lawyer. It is more focused on intellectual property law and financial services law. So I bring, hopefully, in more ways than one, some level of a semblance of financial understanding, as well as doing the due diligence for businesses specifically to understand the risks and the challenges that they face as they grow, and finding solutions as Wade Partners. The entire team would then focus on packaging a solution that would help alleviate these problems for future shocks.
Okay, so let's get down to the discussion on business insight here on Smart 24, where we drive business. If I can get Mr. Ajay Jitsing in first and foremost. Mr. Ajay, for the people who are watching, because we like to give a layman's perspective to everything so that people at home can understand and plug in and make the right decisions and find a solution to their business problems this morning. So Mr. Ajay, simple question to start. What is a supply chain, or what is supply chain management?
Okay, Jane, that's a fantastic way to put the question, because if we follow the books, a supply chain is a very complicated network of suppliers and receivers. But you said we will stick with layman language, and this is the best way to understand supply chain. A supply chain is any process that ensures that you have what you need, when you need it, where you need it. So the easiest way to think about this abstract concept is actually in your kitchen. When you open your fridge, and if you don't have milk in the morning, your supply chain has
been disrupted.
Very angry.
Yeah.
To ensure that the milk is available in the fridge, what do you need? You require to be aware on when the levels of your inventory, in this case milk, are approaching zero. You need to be aware how long it will take for me to receive milk from my supermarket. And you need to be able to go to the supermarket and bring the milk, of course. But what happens further? The supermarket has to ensure it has milk on the shelf that you require to pick up the milk from. And it needs to ensure its supply has enough milk to supply to the supermarket. And the supplier of milk has to ensure that it collects enough milk to supply many supermarkets like this. And all of those people have to ensure that the farmers and the manufacturers also have sufficient milk in place to satisfy all the different mothers in every house in Uganda with milk at the right time. When they are not able to do so, when any person along this sequence of handovers and takeovers fails, your child will not get the milk.
That is
the supply chain.
That is very well put. Let me bring in Mr. Sumit. Your interpretation of supply chain management for someone, perhaps a young person who, because Uganda is our population is predominantly made of young people, for someone who wants to perhaps pursue training in supply chain management, what is that to you?
What we actually, it's a very interesting question because, I mean, beyond Ajay already having explained this in extremely simplistic terms, which should resonate with people of all disciplines. What's very interesting to understand about supply chain is the people around us. That's one of the things we don't realize. Your roads, the people on the bikes that are delivering, your stores, your trucks that are making deliveries, your ports and your aircrafts, and pretty much the entire network that we've got from transportation to any logistical warehouses that are actually storing materials, all become an intricate web of the supply chain network. So what we have to understand is that there are two types of problems that we actually face when we look at supply chain, and this completely builds in further two parts. One is the efficiency, which we already touched on a little bit of exactly how efficient the network is to get things to where they need to be, when they need to be. And the other part is how complex is it, right? So some of the bigger issues that we normally forget is just to understand the concept of supply and demand. And usually when we actually face problems, it is just a matter of, I need this, I'm not getting it, the person supposed to send it to me or this entity that's supposed to send it to me on time because of a variety of reasons.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Sumit and Mr. Ajay. We're going for a quick commercial break. For those of you who are joining us this morning, you're tuned into Smart 24 Television, where we drive business. We are a regional and continental channel. We are broadcasting from Kampala, where one of our studios is based. But we can be seen in Cairo, we can be seen in Bujumbura, we can be seen in Lagos, and we can be seen in South Africa and in Mauritius as well this morning. So kindly make it a point to stay tuned and watch us as we continue to discuss supply chain management for you this morning. I'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Thank you, gentlemen. That's awesome. We're going for
Smart 24, driving business. Say goodbye to paperwork and travel costs. Now every MTN customer can register to invest in securities anytime and anywhere with Zabu in a few simple steps. Step 1. Dial *292#. Step 2. Select option 1. Register with Zabu. Step 3. Enter your full names. Step 4. Enter your national identification number. Step 5. Enter your national identification card number. In 24 hours, you will receive an SMS confirming your registration. Congratulations, you are now ready to invest.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge.
Wano nno tuli Bukoto era lero wetugenda okugaba pichipichi yaffe eri omuwanguzi waffe wano wetuzze.
I'm so excited and I'm sure even all the people, all the staff at Kwaliwath are all excited. We thank you very, very much.
Myaka 25 nga MTN eweereza naye nga buli week tugaba pichipichi 5.
Very, very excited. I'm excited about MTN giving back to its customers. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much, MTN.
The fact that we have won really shows that people like Mama. Their services are really nice. MTN, your services are okay. The network is good. We are satisfied.
Chikola sense ne?
Use the Momo app or dial *165 *3#.
Luxury redefined at Seasand Hotel as you indulge in the splendor of elegant living fit for the royalty that you are. Step into comfort, pampering and blissful customer-centric service as you select from our range of comfy, exquisite living quarters furnished to meet with your royal preference. Surrounded by scenic beauty, our tropical setting allows you to escape the glamorous ordeal of city life. Our ambient green gardens will guide you to a place of revitalizing rest. The 3-star restaurant caters to your palate, serving your choice menu ranging from exotic cuisines to local delicacies. Our chefs will serve you full-course meals for a truly out-of-this-world culinary experience. Our fully stocked bar to whet your throat, from renowned global brand whisks, brandies, gins, beers and wines to our locally celebrated beverages, you will not lack for any brewage. It's an all-new experience in the East at Seasand Hotel, so visit today at Plot 15 to 19 Spire Road, Ginger, or contact us on +256 751 719 960 and +256 785 354 614 for reservations. Seasand Hotels, luxury redefined.
Farming practices are evolving in incorporating new technologies to address the challenges of agriculture, especially in arid regions like United Arab Emirates, UAE. UAE's commitment to modern farming techniques is essential for ensuring food security and sustainability. The UAE has embraced modern farming practices, which likely includes hydroponics, aeroponics, and other advanced technologies to grow crops efficiently in desert environments. The adaptation of modern farming in desert areas is crucial for countries like UAE, where traditional agriculture may not be feasible due to limited water resources and harsh environmental conditions. Mentioning the world's largest vertical soliless facility in Bostania showcases the innovative approach to agriculture. Vertical farming allows for maximization space and resource efficiency, producing an average of 3,000 leafy greens daily in a significant accomplishment. This efficient production can help meet local demand for fresh produce and reduce the need for imports. Saving 95% less water is a remarkable achievement. In water-scarce regions, conserving water resources is crucial for sustainable farming. The absence of pesticides highlights the commitment to environmentally friendly and sustainable farming practices. The UAE's investment in modern and sustainable agriculture is not only beneficial for the country's food security, but also serves as an example for other regions facing similar challenges. This technology-driven approach to farming can potentially be a solution to global food production issues, especially in areas affected by climate change and water scarcity. Bostanica translates to your garden in Arabic, reflecting the farmer's mission to provide fresh and locally grown produce in the urban setting. Bostanica holds a distinction of being the world's largest vertical farm, covering a vast area of 330,000 square feet. It is a significant investment in modern agriculture. The facility represents a substantial investment of approximately $40 million. This substantial financial commitment highlights the importance of vertical farming in the future of sustainable agriculture.
Botanica, we are a soilless facility that produces 3,000 kg, 3 tons daily of leafy greens. We are the world's largest vertical farm. Zero herbicides, zero pesticides and all. And we use, again, 95% less than water than traditional agriculture. So whereas in 1 kg of leafy greens in conventional farming, you would use 317 liters of water. At Botanica, the same 1 kg of leafy greens would be consuming only 15 to 17 liters of water, which is 95% less. And we're proud of this.
Botanica boasts an impressive annual output of 1 million kilograms, that is 10,000 metric tons of fresh produce per year. On a daily basis, it produces 3 metric tons of produce. This level of the production can help meet the growing demand for locally sourced and sustainable food. The farm employs efficient growing techniques, with a journey from seed to plant-led taking just in 2 weeks. This indicates an advanced technology and precision agriculture methods used in this facility. Botanica cultivates a wide variety of crops, including beet, parsley, lilac, Moni romani, ruby sky spinach, kale, arugula, microgreens, mixed herbs, and strawberries. This diversity allows for well-rounded selection of fresh produce for consumers. Overall, Botanica serves as an exemplar of the potential of vertical farming to revolutionize agriculture for producing large quantities of high-quality, locally grown food in urban areas, reducing the environment impacts associated with traditional farming methods, and addressing the growing demand for sustainable and fresh produce.
Hello tech lovers, obviously we are back with another tech bite, and this time around guys, technology is getting to a bigger and bigger level. We are going from one phantom to the other. Now this tech bite, I introduced to you what we call the smart glasses. Guys, things are getting out of innovation spaces. You need to be at watch. For example, Mark Zuckerberg has already proclaimed his aim to one day ship a pair of smart glasses that does both, but also still feels several generations away. Can you imagine, guys? Now, Meta has invested over $36 billion in research and development in the metaverse so far, to seemingly little benefit. Now, for comparison, Apple spent just over $150 million in research and development to invent the new iPhone. Can you imagine, ladies and gentlemen? Now, when we ask about whether the $36 billion could have been better spent on researching AI, a Meta spokesperson told Sky News that they spend money on AI, and they have been working on AI for over a decade. So I think it's hard to quantify anything in that way. So following Meta's announcement of a new chatbot coming to its Messenger app, the spokesperson said they were confident they were keeping pace in the AI arms race against Microsoft and Google. I think we are just doing different things. That's what he mentioned, and he added that we are pretty comfortable with how we are progressing. Guys, alongside the Quest 3, Meta has also updated its Ray-Ban stories and smart glasses. Ladies and gentlemen, it's getting on fire with AI. These do not project images, but they simply capture them. Now, 2 tiny cameras will be built in the chassis of the pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses, which will record the world around you without you even having to take your phone out. Now, this is interesting. You don't have to take your phone out to record whatever you're recording. Are you live on Instagram? Use those smart glasses to record whatever you want to record. Now, these smart glasses, ladies and gentlemen, they do not project images, but they rather capture them. Now, as I mentioned, the last generation of smart glasses was not a roaring success, with one report published last month saying that 90% of customers stopped using theirs shortly after the purchase. So Meta has come with a very verified version. Now, this will be improved cameras on the Ray-Ban glasses. Microphone chips will be built also on the Ray-Ban glasses. Built-in speakers won't only be just there, but they will also be operating for you to record thoroughly and efficiently. This will be enough to make anyone have an attractive proposition for content creators. Those who love to make content, this is an opportunity for you to get yourself the new smart glasses. Now, with the Instagram generation family in mind, the spectacles now only shoot in portrait mode without the option of landscape. As someone who works in traditional TV news, I found it a shame to lose the landscape feature, but the logic behind makes a lot of sense. Now, serial Instagrammers, serial TikTokers will appreciate the changes. Obviously, they will love these glasses, but whether the general public will or not remains to be seen. The built-in speakers situated in the glasses offered good quality music. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Bluetooth music. Playback, of course, which also looks at the heavy tracks during your content creation. Now, to me, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a very good one for those who love to do content creation, those who love to do live Instagram videos, live TikTok videos. It's an opportunity for you to actually grab yourself the smart glasses. Now, in the world of technology, we bring you the smart glasses. Get yourself a pair and have yourself a very good tech week. Bye-bye.
In a world where trade drives economic growth and development, Africa is now embracing a new era of intracontinental trade through the African Continental Free Trade Area to unleash its immense potential. Witness the spirit of entrepreneurship as African businesses forge a way into partnership and venture beyond their borders in a single African market. Discover the innovative solutions being initiated and created to address challenges and seize opportunities in sustainable agriculture, renewable energy, and technological advancements. We expand our lens to showcase the efforts and success of economic integration across the entire African continent, from West Africa to East Africa, North Africa to Southern Africa, Central Africa, and even the diaspora, as the tapestry of unity grows stronger with each story we tell. African Perspective, driving business and trade across Africa. Don't miss the African Perspective on Smart 24 every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at exactly 6 p.m. East African Standard Time as we drive business and trade across Africa. Download the Smart Digital app on Play Store and enjoy your favorite TV shows, documentaries, and radio in your palm on the go.
Smart 24, driving business.
24 television, where we believe in driving business this morning. A special thank you to Mr. Ajayjit Singh and Mrs. Sumit Patak, who are joining us in Dubai. Unfortunately, we have a few weather problems and the signal was not too good. We'll be certainly getting in touch with them earlier on next week. We have been talking about supply chain management and the disruptions therein, caused by lots of things. Can be caused by production, sale or distribution of products. Various factors that can also affect them happen to be natural disasters such as floods, earthquakes, hurricanes, political instability such as wars, revolutions and coups. But supply chain management revolves around goods going from point A to point B without any form of disruption. And we're happy to also note that a major player in the supply chain system here in Uganda it's growing by leaps and bounds. Air Uganda, of course, opened routes to Lagos, Nigeria yesterday. The famous crane managed to touch down and land in Lagos, in Nigeria, opening another route. And for many businessmen and women who either plow that route or who have businesses between Uganda and Nigeria, the opening up of an Air Uganda route is certainly going to be worthwhile. And I know we have some of that footage coming in, and our producer will be able to share that with us in a moment as we continue. And it's also very important to note that when you're dealing with supply chain and supply chain management, it's very important for you as a business person to first identify what your supply chain should look like, what your supply chain should have. Once you've identified that, then you're able to make that sound business decision that I'll be able to use this chain in this situation or another chain in another situation. The disruption of a supply chain at times comes about, like I mentioned, during natural disasters, during political instabilities, during economic difficulties, and sometimes it can certainly affect not just the business but also the end product. That means if there's a disruption in the supply chain, at the end of the day, either goods get scarce, and of course the price of those goods will go up. Some of the major supply chain examples that we've had over the years, especially that we can remember in the last 2 years or so, happen to have come in from in the time of Gov'T. I think all of you can remember when the ship, there was a huge container ship that was plowing the route from Europe all the way to Africa, and it got stuck within the Suez Canal, in the Suez Canal, and it blocked not just that ship but many ships, and it caused a huge supply chain. That happened in it caused a huge supply chain disruption. That happened in 2020, 2021. Well, what you can see is Air Uganda, yesterday they touched down for the first time in Lagos at their Murtala airport in Nigeria. And the plane that you can see coming in is Air Uganda. And Air Uganda will be flying there every single week. It will just not be a passenger airline, but also a cargo airline as well. So that is an opening up of a supply chain that will be extremely important for the ability for Uganda and Nigeria to trade together. Remember, we're part of the African Continental Free Trade Area, or the African Continental Free Trade Zone, and in that respect, we're able to get from point A to point B and ensure that Africa becomes amalgamated and has the ability to make it possible to trade goods. And this is what it's all about. And our governments have been talking about it from time immemorial. We don't want aid, we want trade. And most importantly, why should I trade with others when I cannot trade with my own fellow brothers? So what you can see right now is Air Uganda, nicknamed the Crane of Uganda. It has just arrived yesterday in Murtala Airport in Nigeria. It was a successful flight, and on that flight were not just the CEO of Air Uganda, but prominent personalities as well who managed to plow that route. So just to let you know how the flight was yesterday, it did actually travel quite quickly. It takes around 5 to 6 hours. Let's listen in to what the CEO is saying this morning.
We are very grateful that Uganda Airlines is launching another flight in October, and this time to Lagos. Now, as you know, Lagos is a country with about 220 million people, has a GDP of $570 million, roundabout. So what is in it for Ugandans? We want to connect the two countries in terms of business, trade, and tourism. Now, in terms of trade, Nigeria imports everything from milk to eggs to meat, name it. So what is there for Ugandans? Even vegetables, even tomatoes. This is a chance for them to do business. UNDP has paid for about 40 ladies who are going to Nigeria, and they are going to do some prospecting, business prospecting. We have the Chamber of Commerce of Nigeria. We have the business community leader from Uganda flying with us. They're going to link the ladies to the business community in Nigeria to open up their markets, open up our minds. What is in it? We are looking forward to carrying lots of cargo as well. As you mentioned, we have 4 tons connecting from Mumbai. We have 10 passengers connecting from Mumbai. We have another team coming down from Mumbai. We are excited that we are already doing our mandate of connecting the east to the west.
Jennifer Bamtaraki, she's the CEO of Air Uganda, and Uganda Airlines managed to touch down yesterday, and the airline was UR900. It touched down at Murtala Muhammad International Airport in Lagos, landed very safely, and it has a very impressive flight and safety record at present, Air Uganda. The flight followed the overland track that took it through the DRC, the Central African Republic, and Cameroon before entering the Lagos flight information region from the southeast. That saved the passengers a notorious bumpy ride across the Gulf of Guinea. And so that makes sure that you have an intact supply chain from point A to point B. You can use Uganda Airlines to transport some of your goods. So supply chain is extremely important. They've for business and for ensuring that the end user, the client at the end of the supply chain gets what it is that he or she needs and gets it in real time, and that will directly impact on the price and on the cost. So this morning we have been talking about supply chain movement from point A to point B, and that is the carrier we've been talking about, and those are the scenes from Murtala International Airport, Murtala Muhammad International Airport from Lagos yesterday. So that pretty much sums it up for our supply chain discussion this morning. Supply chain disruptions occur. Despite the fact that you might have a very efficient supply chain, you can't put it, you can certainly not put it out of your mind as a business leader that supply chain disruptions do occur. I'd mentioned that usually they occur and they surround, and the occurrences is surrounded by natural disasters such as floods, earthquakes, and hurricanes, political instability such as wars, revolutions, and coups. Now this is a huge topic, supply chain management and the disruptions thereof. Starting on Monday, we shall continue with this topic and make sure that you're able to discuss again with Mr. Ajijit Singh and Mr. Sumit Patak from Wainwright Partners LLC. That will be on Monday when we manage to get a proper link. On behalf of everyone here at Smart 24 Television, where we believe in driving business, we drive you from point A to point B successfully so that you're able to make the right business decision. And on behalf of the management here, and on behalf of those who are situated here on Yusuf Lule Road, we have a small studio here on Yusuf Lule Road that broadcasts all across the region and all across Africa. I just want to thank you that you have made the right choice this morning. Every time you watch Smart 24, where we drive business, your business acumen gets that much better, and you're able to make those very, very important business decisions and find those business solutions. On behalf of myself, Jane Kasumba, and the team, thank you for watching and good morning.